Okay, so this is a video about my second upgrade for my African dwarf frogs. As you can see, this is a good sized tank for two African dwarf frogs. It's a 10-gallon tank, and I just have a light like that, a 50-watt light bulb on there. And on one side, the other side doesn't have the light. But I got some rocks in here that were cleaned, and create a little cave system, which they love. And I got some fake like vine, ivy type plants in there to kind of give it a natural look. Here there's algae in there. It's because it grows on that side. But I created a waterfall back there using I created a homemade filter system to make sure it was safe for the African dwarf frogs, that way they wouldn't get stuck to the strainer. So what I did is I made a sponge. I had a sponge filter. I took it's a plate with holes in it. It was an under gravel filter, and it had a tube with it, and I drilled made little holes all up and down the tube, and put a sponge type material. It actually goes in the inside of like a marine land filter. It's a long black piece of foam. That was in another video. I put that on there, and I made a homemade sponge filter / under gravel filter, and I actually sealed off the bottom with duct tape, so it's not really an under gravel filter, it's just a platform that the sponge filter sits on. And then that sponge filter, instead of being powered by an air pump, I have a Aquatech filter up there, the Aquatech 10 to 20 gallon filter. It's actually connected and fits perfectly with, I don't know if you can see, you can't, but there's the tube from that. It's hidden behind the rocks. That way they won't get stuck to the strainer, and it creates a waterfall. It runs onto the rocks and then goes out into the water and creates a natural look in this tank. This tank, the reason it's only filled up halfway, you don't want the water too high for these African dwarf frogs, but there's a crack right up until this water level. I don't know how the crack got there, but this is my old 10-gallon tank, and they're in here. They used to be in that little thing right there, but now they're in this, and I'm going to be putting a beta in there. But this is pretty much their little setup. It's got a background picture on there, and the rock, the gravel, and the fake plants, the light, and the homemade waterfall filter system that I made. If anybody wants to design, then I can give it to you. It's a really nice filter. It's only been running for a day, but there's one of the frogs right there. You can't see him. I can see him. He just went hiding. But that's pretty much it. It's a good little setup. I had the idea of creating a more natural look for them, and they've been in this 10-gallon tank for a couple months now, but I decided to make it more natural looking, and the waterfall idea just came into my head today. I was like, oh, I'm going to make a waterfall, so I made one. So that's pretty much it. Alright.